Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is 𝐿𝐲𝐒𝐲𝐒 and in today's video I'll explain you how we can create MySQL database using Amazon RDS. So first let me explain you about what is Amazon RDS. So here Amazon RDS stands for Relational Database Service and it is a fully managed service by AWS that makes it easy to set up, operate and scale relational databases in the cloud. So here RDS supports several database engines like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, SQL Server, and Oracle. So in this video, we'll focus on MySQL, one of the most popular open source database. Okay, so let's start this implementation. So here you can see this is my AWS management console. So in search for RDS. Okay, so here you need to select Aurora and RDS and directly select here databases. So here you can see currently we don't have a single database instance. So directly select here create database. And here choose a database creation method. So currently here it is displaying two different options. One is standard create, one is easy create. So here standard create gives you full control over all configuration options, whereas easy create uses recommended default settings to simplify the setup, guys. Okay, so let's select here standard create. And when it comes to engine type, so here we have so many engine types like Aurora MySQL, Aurora PostgreSQL and MySQL, Oracle, MariaDB, PostgreSQL and Microsoft SQL Server and IBM DB2. So here we are going to select MySQL and let's close this. And when it comes to edition, I'm going with MySQL community. And when it comes to engine version, I'm going with MySQL 8.0.41. So if you want to select some another engine versions, you can directly select that versions from here. Okay, but I'm going with MySQL 8.0.41. And when it comes to templates, so here we have three different types of templates. Like one is production and one is development and testing and one is free tier. So in this video I'm going with free tier. So here free tier comes with single availability zone DB instance deployment. Okay, so it will come with only one instance. So if you select here development or production, it comes with multiple availability zone database cluster deployments, and one it comes with three instance, one it comes with two instance. Okay, so if you are going with production, you can directly go with multiple availability zone DB cluster deployment, and it comes with three instances. Or else if you are going with the development and testing, you can directly select this and you can directly select this. Okay, it comes with two instance. Okay, but this is for video purpose, right? Here I'm going to select free type and it comes with only single availability zone database instance deployment, which is one instance. Okay, here you can see creates a single database instance without standby instance. Okay, so now let's come down, and when it comes to database instance identifier, I'm going with this name. Let me remove this, MySQL -db. So I'm going with this name. And when it comes to credentials, so this is the master username. So username I'm going with admin. So when it comes to password, let me select this. Okay. So when it comes to credentials manager, we have two different options. One is self-managed and one is managed in AWS Secret Manager. So in this video, I'm going with self-managed. So if you select here self-managed, you need to create your own password for RDS. Okay. So I'm going to select this option. So we have another option. One is managed in AWS Secret Manager. So if you select this option, RDS will generate a password for you and it will manage throughout its life cycle by AWS Secret Manager, guys. Okay. So I'm going to select this self-managed and I'm going to provide this password. Like, let me open this notepad and let me open this text file and let me provide username as admin and let me give password like, let me open this vijay@123. Okay, it is not accepting. So let me provide a strong password. Let me open this and my secure pass 123. Okay, let's give like this. Let me copy this and let me open this. Let me paste it here. So here you can see it is showing very strong. Okay, so I'm going to confirm this password now. Okay, So while connecting to this RDS MySQL database, you need to provide this admin username and this password. Okay, so you need to remember this both username and password, guys. Okay, this is the very important thing. And when it comes to instance configuration, I'm going with this instance type, which is db.t4g micro. So this is free tier eligible. So it comes with 2 CPUs and 1 GB of RAM. Okay. So now when it comes to storage, I'm going with the storage type which is general purpose SSD GP2. So if you want to go with some another storage types, you can directly select that storage types. Or else I'm going with allocation storage which is 20 GB. So by default it comes with 20 GB. Okay. Or else if you want to increase up to 100 GB, you can go with 100 GB, or else 1000 GB, you can go with 1000 GB. But for video purpose, I'm going with 20 GB. And in additional storage configuration, here there is an option for storage auto scaling. Okay, so by default it is in enable state, guys. So here you can see enable storage auto scaling. So let me explain you about what is this enable storage auto scaling. So if you select this enable storage auto scaling, you need to give the maximum storage threshold. For example, you are going to create this database with 20 GB, and in maximum storage threshold, if you are providing 100 GB, so if 20 GB is increased, automatically the storage autoscaler will automatically increase storage up to 100 GB, guys. Okay, so this is how it works. But for this video, I'm going to disable this. Okay, now when it comes to connectivity, I'm not going to select this anything. And when it comes to VPC, so previously I created a custom VPC. Let me open this, and let me open this VPC. And this is the test VPC. So previously I created this VPC. So inside this VPC I created 3 different subnets. Okay, so now I'm going to associate this VPC to this database. I'm going to drop down this, and here you can see test VPC. So I'm going to select this test VPC. So inside this test VPC we have 3 subnets. Okay, so here you can see we have 3 different subnets. Okay, so I'm going to come here, and I'm going to select this test VPC. And when it comes to DB subnet group, I'm going to select here create a DB subnet group, or else you can create your own DB subnet group and you can provide that DB subnet group here. Okay, so let me open this subnet group, and this is subnet group. Let me open this. So here you can see, let's wait. So here you can see currently we don't have a single subnet group. So that's why here I'm going to select create a DB subnet group, or else you can directly use that existing subnet groups. That is also no problem. Okay. So now when it comes to public access, so this is the very important thing. So here currently we have 2 different options. One is yes and one is no. So if you select here yes, RDS assigns a public IP address to your database. Okay, and Amazon EC2 instances and other resources outside of the VPC can connect to your database. Okay, so this is the very risky option, and resources inside the VPC can connect to this database. Okay, so if you are creating this database for your organization, don't select here yes, guys. Directly select here no. If you select here yes, outside of the VPC can connect to this database. Okay, so that is a very risky option. So directly select here no. If you select here no, RDS does not select a assign a public IP address to the database. Okay, only Amazon EC2 instance and other resources inside the VPC can connect to your database. Okay, so within the VPC, it will connect to this database. Okay, if we created with so this is the VPC we associated for this database, right? So if we created an EC2 instance within the VPC, so that EC2 instance can connect to this database. Okay, so I'm going to select here no. And when it comes to VPC security groups, so already have a security group for this VPC. So I'm going to select that security group, which is test security group. And in this security group, you need to give access to port 3308. Okay. So now when it comes to availability zones, I'm not going to select any of the availability zones. I'm going to select here no preference. And let's come down. And certificate authority, I'm going with the default certificate authority. And when it comes to additional configuration, so here you can see database port. So you need to provide this database port to this security group, guys. Okay, so first let's do this. Let's open EC2 in a new tab and directly select security groups, and here you can see this is the test security group. So directly select the security group, and inbound rules, directly select this inbound rules. So currently we have provided only SSH, so directly select edit inbound rules and add rule, and you need to select here MySQL and Aurora. Okay, so here you can see automatically it is taking this port which is 3306, and source type I'm going to select here anywhere from IPv4 and directly select a save rules. Okay, so you need to provide port to 3306 in order to connect to this database, guys. Okay, so this is the very important option. Now when it comes to database authentication, I'm going with password authentication. And when it comes to monitoring, here if you want to enable monitoring for this database, you can directly enable this. For this video I'm going to disable this. Okay, now when it comes to additional configuration, here database parameter group, I'm going with this group, and I'm going to leave this everything default. So here you can see this is the important option. One is backup. So by default it is in enable state. So it will take backup for every single day. Okay, so by default here you can see it is selecting one. So for every single day it will take backups automatically. So if you don't want to take backups automatically, you can directly disable this, or else if you want to take backups, you can directly enable this and you can directly provide the days. So if you want to take backup for every 2 days, you can directly select here 2. For every 2 days it will take backup, and here there is an option called backup window. So here you need to select choose a backup window. So here if you want to take this backup for some regular intervals of time in a day, okay, so for every day you need to take backup at every day morning 5 a.m. You can directly select here one day, and here you need to select backup window. You need to select here choose a window, and startup time you need to select here 5 a.m. and duration is 0 0.5 hours. Okay, so for every single day at morning 5 a.m. it will take backup, guys, for this database. Okay, so this is how it works, backup window. So but I'm going to disable this enable automated backups. Now when it comes to AWS KMS keys, I'm going with AWS default KMS keys, and this is my account ID. Here you can see this is the account ID. When it comes to KMS key ID, so this is the default KMS key ID. So this is for encryption, guys. Okay. And when it comes to maintenance, so by default this option is in enable. Okay, enable auto miner version upgrades. So enabling auto miner version upgrades will automatically upgrade your database miner versions. Okay, so it will automatically upgrade this database miner versions. Okay, so if you enable this option, so here also there is an option called maintenance window. So if you want to upgrade this database for some regular intervals of time in a day, you can directly select your choose a maintenance window, and here you need to provide the start day. So if you want to start maintenance for every Sunday at 5 a.m., you can directly select a Sunday and 5 a.m. Okay, duration is 0 0.5 hours, and it will start maintenance at every day, every Sunday at morning 5 a.m. guys. Okay, so this is how it works. But I'm going to disable this. Okay, so now you can directly select your create database. So now a database will be created. Let's wait. So here you can see it is started creating. Let's close this and let me refresh this. So currently it is in creating. So let me open this database subnet groups. So let me refresh this. So previously here you can see we don't have subnet group. So right now it is created, and let me open this. So here you can see this is our VPC ID. So in this VPC it is created. So okay, so details. So here you can see at last 573, and let me open this. Here you can see 573. In this same VPC it is created. Now this is the ARN, and this is the supported network type is IPv4, and here you can see it is taken these three subnets. Inside this VPC we have three different subnets, right? Let me open this, and here you can see we have three different subnets. It is automatically associated these three subnets, guys. Okay, so this is the subnet group. So let's come here and let me refresh this. Let me refresh this. So currently it is in creating state, guys. Okay, so meanwhile let's create an EC2 instance to connect to this database. Okay, so let me open this and let me select here instances and directly select here launch instance. So we are going to use this instance as a jump server to connect to this database. Okay, so let's come here. Let me provide name like db jump server. Okay, and when it comes to OS, I'm going with Ubuntu, and machine type I'm going with Ubuntu server 24.04, and when it comes to instance type I'm going with T2 micro. So T2 micro is enough, guys. Okay, So after completing this video, I'm going to delete this instance and database as well. So that's why here I'm going to select T2 micro. And now when it comes to key pair, so currently we don't have even single key pair. I'm going to create a new key pair, and let me provide the key pair name like db hyphen jump server. Okay, so this is the key pair name I'm giving, and I'm going with format as .pem and create key pair. And now in networking settings, so here you need to select this VPC, test VPC. Okay, so using this test VPC only we created this MySQL database, right? So inside this VPC only you need to create this EC2 instance. So here you need to select test VPC, and here I'm going to select test subnet 1. So here you can create in any of the subnet, that is not a problem, but I'm going with test subnet 1. And here auto SN public IP, this should be in enable state, guys. So if you select here disable, by default public IP address will not be allocated for this instance. Here you need to keep this in enable. And when it comes to security group, so already we have a security group, right? So I'm going to select that security group, which is test SG, and let's come down. And I'm going with the default storage, which is 8 GB, and directly select here launch instance. And directly select here instances, and let's refresh this. So here you can see our instance currently is in pending state. So let's wait. So meanwhile, let's come here. Let me refresh this. So here you can see currently status it is in available. So currently it is created. So now let me open this database. So here you can see DB identifier. So this is the name we have given MySQL DB, and status currently it is in available. Role is instance, and engine is MySQL community. Okay, so we created MySQL database instance, right? So engine version we selected as MySQL, right? So that's why here it is showing MySQL community. So now let me so currently this is the CPU utilization, and this is the class we selected dbt4g.micro, and currently we haven't connected to this database, right? So that's why here it is showing 0 connections. So we are going to connect to this instance, right? So at that point of time it will change to 1 connection. Okay, so when it comes to region and availability zones, we are going with this region US East. Now when it comes to connectivity and security, so here you can see database and sorry, endpoint and port. So this is our endpoint, and on this port it is running. So this is the availability zone, and this is the security group we have associated, and this is the VPC we associated, and this is the subnet group. Okay, so here you can see this is the subnet group. Now these 3 subnets are associated with this subnet group, and publicly accessible we have selected no. We haven't provided public access for this database. When it comes to certificate authority, so this is the certificate authority, and this is the certificate authority date, and this is the DB instance certificate expiration date, guys. Okay, so this is the date. So now let's open this VM, and let's connect to this virtual machine first. So directly copy this public IP address. So here I'm going to select MoboXTM. So here you can use MoboXTM putty, or it may be other cloud shells. Okay, so session SSH, and we need to provide public IP address, and here username as Ubuntu, and here we need to provide path of our private key. So this is my key. Okay, so here you can see successfully it is connected to this EC2 instance. Let me update this sudo apt update -y. So after updating this EC2 instance, we need to install MySQL client in order to connect to our MySQL database. Okay, so let's wait. Let me hit sudo su. Now we are in super user. Now apt install -y MySQL -client. So okay, so it will install MySQL client. Now it's installed successfully. So now we need to connect to our MySQL database. Okay, so let me open this, or else let me clear this screen. So to connect to this MySQL database, okay, so this is the password, guys. Sorry, this is the command MySQL -h. Okay, so now we need to provide here MySQL endpoint. So here you can see this is our database, right? So this is the database endpoint. So you need to copy this endpoint. So directly copy this endpoint. So using this endpoint only, you need to connect to your database. In our case, we are going to connect to this MySQL database, right? So now we need to copy this endpoint. Let's come here and let's paste it here. And here -u, username is admin, and -p. Okay, -p stands for password. So here you can see username is admin. So previously we have given username as admin, right? And this is our password we have given. So now directly select here enter. Now here it is asking password. So now I'm going to copy this password. So this is the password I have given for my database. I'm going to copy this. Let's come here and let's paste it here. Hit enter. So here you can see automatically it is connected to our database. So now let's open this. And currently it is showing 0 connections, right? So let me refresh this. Let me refresh entire page. So sometimes it takes some few seconds to update this. Okay, databases, open this. So currently it is showing 0 connections. Okay, so I will show you after some time it will show 1 connection. Okay, so let's refresh once again. Okay, so meanwhile let's perform some commands inside this database. So by default it will create some databases. Okay, let me show database. Sorry, I think databases. Okay, so here you can see these are the default databases. So let me open this Notion. Now I'm going to create a database. I'm going to create this, paste it here with name shopdb, and again show databases. So here you can see shopdb database has been created. So now I'm going to use this database. Use shopdb. Okay, so now let me create a customers table. Let me open this and let me paste it here. So here you can see we are going to create a table with name customers, and we are going to pass name and email. That means customer ID, name and email, guys. Okay, so let me select here OK and enter. Okay, so query is okay, it is created. Now show tables. Show tables. So here you can see customer table has been created. Let me hit select star from customers. So here you can see currently it is empty set. Okay, so now let me create another table called orders. Let me open this and let me paste it here. So here you can see we are going to create another table called orders. So in this we are going to pass order ID, customer ID, order amount and order date. Okay, select here OK and hit enter. Now again show tables. Arey yaar. Let me hit show tables. Okay, here you can see currently we have two different tables, one is customers and one is orders. Okay, so let me open this. Now let me insert some data into customers table. Let me copy this and let me paste it here. Okay, now select star from customers. Okay, so here you can see data has been inserted into this customers table. So now let's insert some data into orders table. Let me copy this and let me paste it here. Okay, so here you can see 5 records has been updated, that means 5 rows. Now select star from orders. So here you can see 5 records has been updated successful. So now let me copy this group by query. So using this query we are going to display total order amount per customer. Okay, so let's open this and let's paste it here. Okay, hit enter. So here you can see it is displaying. Okay, so now if you want to exit from this, you can directly select here exit. So here you can see successfully we exited from this MySQL database. Again, if you want to connect to this MySQL database, you can directly select this command MySQL-H. So this is the RDS endpoint. So you need to get this RDS endpoint from here. So in connectivity and security, so here you can see this is the endpoint. So you need to copy this endpoint and you need to provide that endpoint here. Okay, and -u user and username is admin we have provided, and -p password. Using our password, you can directly connect to this. So before connecting this, you need to provide port 3306 on your security group. So similarly like this. Okay, so already we have provided that, right? So in security, so we have used the same security group for both EC2 instance and for MySQL database, right? So here you can see MySQL and Aurora, and which is 3306. You need to provide access to this port. Okay, so you can directly select here enter. So it will ask password, and you can directly copy this password. You can directly copy this password, and you can directly open this and paste it here and hit enter. Okay, so here you can see it is connected. Again, if you want to see your old tables, you can directly hit show databases. So here you can see, so previously we created shopdb, right? So this is the one, and use shopdb. Okay, database change. Now show tables. So here you can these are the two tables. Okay, select star from customers. Here you can see select star from orders. Now hit enter. Okay, so you can list all your data like this. That means you can store all your data into a MySQL RDS database instance. Okay, so this is how you can achieve this. Okay, so and yes, that's it for today's video. And after completing your video, try to delete entire resources like EC2 instances and RDS databases and everything. Okay, so I want to show you one thing. Let me open this databases and let me refresh this page. So previously it is showing 0 connections, right? Let me check that once again. Open this databases, open this database. Let me refresh this. Okay, let me open this. So now here you can see it is showing one connections. Okay, so we connected from this instance side, so that's why here it is showing one connection. So it will display all the connections here, guys. Okay, so and yes, that's it for today's video. So now I'm going to delete this instance, that means jump VM. So you can directly select this instance state and terminate. So in next video, let's create PostgreSQL instance and let's connect similarly like this. And after that, let's create using Terraform. Okay. So let me refresh this. So currently it is in deleting state, and let me open this databases, select this, and here you need to select actions, and here you need to select delete, and here it is asking create final snapshot. Okay, it is asking whether you want to create a final snapshot or not for this database. Okay, so if you want to create a snapshot, you can directly select this option and you can directly select here delete me, or else if you don't want this final snapshot, you can directly remove this option, guys. You can directly remove this and you need to select here I acknowledge. Okay, so directly select here delete. I'm not going to take any of the snapshots. Okay, so it is going to delete. So it takes nearly 3 to 5 minutes to delete this MySQL database. Okay, let me refresh this. So this jump server is deleted successfully. That means it is terminated successfully, and currently it is in deleting. Okay, so and yes, that's it for today's video. And if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, and see you in the next video, and bye.